All right. Once again, back is businesscreditbuilder.us. My name is Noel A. Booker Sr. I am the CEO at Business Credit Builder. And what we do at Business Credit Builder is help entrepreneurs and small business owners build business credit and access funding. Okay, in a nutshell, I could go over a whole hour of all the what that entails, but in a nutshell, we help businesses build their business credit and help them access funding. Okay, today we're going to talk about mind-blowing steps any entrepreneur can take to raise business credit scores. Now, let me tell you one thing about business credit, right? Business credit is not the end all. You got to get business credit in order to go get money for your business. No, it helps you get approved, and it helps with the terms and the amount of money that you can get access to for your business, right? So not having business credit could mean you might be able to get a loan, but now you got to pay a lot of interest for that loan. Or maybe you can get the loan, but now because you don't have business credit, you can't get that much of a loan, right? Or the terms are not to your satisfaction, right? Okay. So here goes my contact information. And I just want, before I even start, I'm going to let you know that at the end of this presentation, we have a new funding source I'm going to tell you about. I have not even emailed about it, the details about it. I emailed once about it, just saying a teaser, but we have a new funding situation I'm going to tell you about, and it's opening up the game so that people that, if you are a gig worker, like let's say you're an independent contractor and you get paid a 1099, right? You know what that is. And you put your money in your personal bank account. Up until today, you could not get a business loan. But now I can get loans for gig workers. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you more about that at the end of this presentation. Okay. So now, my name is Noel A. Booker Sr., CEO, Business Credit. You see my contact information. We got a telephone number. We got an email address. And at the bottom, there are 3 buttons. The green button is how you get a free guide on how to build business credit. You just go to businesscreditbuilder.us/free guide, and you get a free guide. Actually, there's 4 free guides in there. I always undersell that situation. You get 4 free guides in there and a bunch of stuff, okay? If you get that free guide. Okay, the middle button is the free business credit consultation. And this is what you do if you want to talk to me about the services that we provide, the loans that we can get you, how we can help you get loans, build up your business credit, set up your business properly, okay? You go to businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. And if you think you can qualify for loans right now, then you go to get approved for funding, right? So that's businesscreditbuilder.us/get funding. And that's the address if you think that you can qualify for business loans right now. All right. What up, Darlene? What the deal? What's up, everybody? Thanks, everybody, for coming. And we're just getting started. So today's presentation is being brought to you by Verizon Business Accounts. Set up your business account today by going to businesscreditbuilder.us/Verizon. All right. The Verizon accounts, they have accounts that report to Dun Bradstreet. So they report to the business credit reporting agencies. All right. So that's a good hookup, right? All right. So check it out. You go to businesscreditbuilder.us/Verizon and get busy. Okay, business credit scores. Business credit scores. The scores are in the business's name. A business builds its own credit profile and credit score. Then the business will then qualify for greater credit. This measure, did I skip something? Hold on. Okay, no, I didn't skip none. Okay. This measures the business's ability to pay and not the owner's ability to pay. Most major businesses' credit scores range from 0 to 100. So if somebody told you that their business credit score is 700, they lying. All right. Lyman got a question. What is the difference between a gig worker versus a consultant versus contractor? Same thing. That means they're a 1099. That means you're not an employee. They do not take taxes out. If you make over $600 in a year, they send you a 1099. And so you are personally liable to pay the taxes for that income that you made on that 1099. That's an independent contractor. These people, a lot of these people do not have businesses set up, and we're not able to get business loans. But today, we can get you a business loan if you're an independent contractor, a gig worker versus a consultant. Okay? A consultant that you're getting paid and you're putting the money in your personal bank account. Well, up until today, you're supposed to have a business and a business bank account, and that's how you get business loans. But today we can get gig workers business loans. We're gonna tell you more about that at the end. Thank you for that question. Here we go. Let's go forward. Okay, your business credit score isn't automatic. Unlike for consumer credit scoring, you have to apply. Get an EIN from the IRS website. Get a DUNS number from the Dun Bradstreet. It arrives in a few weeks. Tally up 3 separate payment experiences. Then Dun Bradstreet starts tracking your business's financial activity, and you get a pay that score. For other businesses or credit reporting agencies, no payment experiences are necessary. Okay, so basically, this is the setup, right? Setting up your business, right? You go to Secretary of State, you get your EIN number, you get your DUNS number. When 3 trade lines hit Dun & Bradstreet, they issue you a pay debt score. That pay debt score is from 0 to 100, okay? So that's the summary of that page right there. For other series, okay, so for Dun & Bradstreet, when you get 3 payment experiences reporting to Dun & Bradstreet, they issue you your pay debt score. For Experian and Equifax, when you make your first transaction, it populates on them and they give you a score. Now, sometimes these companies will give you a score before you even have activity. It'll be a score that's like 20 or something, right? But that's because you haven't had any transactions, and that's normal, okay? So you can go to those, the 3 main business credit reporting agencies are Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian, okay? All right, so fortunately, there's a lot that you can do to raise your scores. Okay, so if you're a new business, you got a low score, there's something that you can do to raise your scores real fast. Okay. A mathematical model. This is what a business credit score is. It's a mathematical, say that 10 times real fast. It's a mathematical model generally used to depict a business's risk of going 90 days late on an account within the next 12 months. It differs from personal credit scoring, which depicts risk over 24 months, okay? It's different than the personal credit. Your business's credit profile links to its EIN number. A business credit score depicts how likely the business is to default on payments. It has nothing to do with how the business owner pays his or her own bills, okay? Strictly how the business pays bills. All credit reporting agencies show multiple business credit scores to evaluate different forms of risk, okay? And if you're just coming in, I wanted to let you know that at the end of this presentation, I'm going to be telling you about new funding opportunities. That's going to blow your mind, okay? Okay. These scores are used by credit issuers, lenders, suppliers, vendors, and others who typically extend credit to businesses. There is no Fair Credit Reporting Act for business. Creditors and vendors are under no obligation to tell you which scores they are relying on. Anyone can pull your business credit reports, but no applicable Fair Credit Reporting Act. You may never know who's looking at your business credit reports, okay? So basically what this means is that anybody can see your business credit reporting, your business credit reports, okay? They do not have to ask you permission to see your business credit scores, okay? They do not have to tell you why they denied you, okay? That's important stuff right there, okay? To understand that is one of the differences in business credit and personal credit. Okay. 3 big credit reporting agencies for business credit. Dun Bradstreet, just for business, right? Dun Bradstreet, that's only business. Experian and Equifax, they do both consumer and business. So Experian and Equifax, they have separate companies that do just business, okay? Smaller credit reporting agencies aren't checked as often. The big 3 matter a lot more, okay? But there's one more to consider, right? Now, this other one you gotta consider also, and that's CreditSafe. CreditSafe is more popular in Europe and Australia, but it's becoming more popular in America, okay? In Canada, United States, and South America is becoming more popular. So CreditSafe includes financial trade payment data. It also includes lease payments, payments to business credit cards, term loan payments, other debt payments made by a business. What goes into the scores? The credit reporting agencies all use slightly different methods. So they use different methods, but they come out to be about the same score. But they use different methods, right? But the main criteria for scoring are the same. They just might have a different weights. Knowing how the scores are calculated shows you how to raise your scores most effectively, okay? That's key. We're going to show you some stuff. Okay, Dun & Bradstreet. All right, so we're going to talk about Dun & Bradstreet right now. Okay, just to remind you, if you got any questions, put it in the chat box. I cannot hear, so you have to put your questions in the chat box. Okay, Dun & Bradstreet. They look at bankruptcies and liens, lawsuits against your company, your credit card payments, your bill payments, To get a pay debt score, a business needs at least 3 trade accounts reporting to their file. So when I teach how to build business credit and I tell people to go get their Dun Bradstreet number, and I tell them go get 3 accounts that are reporting to Dun Bradstreet. Actually, it's 5 accounts, 3 reporting to Dun Bradstreet, 1 to Equifax, and 1 to Experian. So that you have 5 trade lines before you go to the next phase of building up the business credit. And you get 3 going to Dun Bradstreet, because they need you to have 3 to give you a pay debt score. And we need you to get a pay debt score really quick. Lyman got a question. What is a trade account? Okay, that's a good question. A trade account, also known as a trade line, okay? Also known as, it's not exactly the same, but it's also referred to as a payment experience, right? And what that is this, a trade line. I'm gonna discuss what a trade line is, right? So a trade line is when you go to a company and they give you credit for your business. That's what we're talking about now, for your business. And so now you got an account with a company and you can buy something on credit. So you go buy something. That means now you have the item and they gave you an invoice so that you can pay it, right? So then you paid it. So this is what happens when you pay that invoice. They send a report to the business credit reporting agencies, right? This report says XYZ company, they have an account with us. Their limit to spend with us is X amount of dollars. And they made a transaction with us. They bought something from us on credit and they paid that item off in X amount of days. That's the report that they send in. So they send that report to the business credit reporting agencies. The business credit reporting agencies puts that on your business credit profile. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is one trade line. And that's the basis for building business credit, all right? The trade lines. This webinar is not covering trade lines and building business credit, but, so check out my other webinars at my YouTube channel. Go to businesscreditbuilder.us, click the YouTube button and check out other stuff because I explain more about what a trade line is and how you use trade lines to build your business credit, right? Okay, cool. So I hope I answered that question, Lyman. Okay, so Bet. So to get your pay debt score, 3 trade accounts, right? This can take up to 60 days, right? So, and building business credit is like a step-by-step process. Each step that I tell you is needed for the next step. So there's no skipping steps when you build business credit. Okay. The business excuse me. The business credit score itself is calculated by using as many as 875 payments. Okay. Dun Bradstreet scoring criteria, the pay debt score. This is the key thing. This is what the lenders look at to determine your credit worthiness, the pay debt score, which is issued by Dun Bradstreet, okay? It's a weight average with more weight given to trade accounts that report higher amounts of credit extended. It gives less weight to trade accounts that report lower dollar amounts of credit. To keep pay debt scores up, if you only pay one bill, pay the biggest one first. Past performance in bill payments is a main driver of this number. okay? The higher the score, the lower the risk. A business can get a good payment score by ensuring payments are made promptly to suppliers and vendors, okay? Experian, all right? So we just talked about Dun Bradstreet. Now we're gonna talk about Experian Commercial. That's the company that Experian does only business, right? And you know, these business credit reporting agencies, Dun Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax, they're in the business of taking in information, repackaging that information, and selling it. That's what they do. Okay, so Experian, they have a large database. They applied their own analytics software. The reports include public records, scoring, trade information, and financial history, and court judgments, and UCC filings, okay? So that's what they look at, all of this stuff for Experian. Experian has what they call the Intellis Plus, right? This is one of the most popular calculations that they have, right? So a lot of the vendors, the trade line people, they hire Experian and they might buy the Intelliscore Plus from them in order to determine what your credit worthiness is, right? So historical behavior, payment history is only 5 to 10% of the score. Haha, that's interesting to know right there for Experian, right? Their payment history is only 5 to 10%. With personal credit, your payment history is 35%, okay, in comparison. Current payment status, trade balances, and percent of accounts delinquent is 50 to 60% of the score, okay? So it's the current payment status that is 50 to 60% of the score, okay? Credit utilization is 10 to 15% compared to personal credit. Credit utilization is 30%. But for Experian, they look at credit utilization and it accounts for 10 to 15% of your score. Company profile, age of business, industry risk, and size of business access by number of employees is 5 to 10% of the total score. And 10 to 15% of the total score is based on derogatory items, collections, liens, judgments, and bankruptcies. This is for Experian, okay? And in Experian Intelliscore, the score's basis includes number of trade experiences, outstanding balances, and payment habits, credit utilization and trends over time. Credit utilization and trends over time. So they're looking at the trends of how you're paying your bills also, okay? Public record recency, frequency, and dollar amounts. Demographics like years on file, the SIC codes, and business size. So I tell people that when you name your business, it's important because some industries are restricted to lenders or high risk to lenders, okay? So how they determine that is, one, they look at your name to determine, is this one of those risky businesses? From the name, all right? Now, if they can't determine it from the name, then they're gonna look at your SIC codes. And on your Secretary of State, it's the NAS code, okay? So when you set up your name at the Secretary of State, the NOS code tells them what type of business you're in and gives them an idea of the risk factor of your business. Some businesses are restricted from getting lending, okay? Some are high risk, okay? So that's good to know. Equifax scoring criteria. Okay, so now we talked about Dun & Bradstreet, we've talked about Experian. Now we're gonna go on to Equifax. Who got a question? No, it's Lyman got a question. Okay, is there a way to find out which SIC codes are considered high risk? There is an article in my blog, and I talk about those, okay? There is an article in my blog. You go to businesscreditbuilder.us/blog, businesscreditbuilder.us/blog, and you have to find that article, all right? I think I did it about a year ago, but on there's a whole bunch of articles. You have to find that article, all right? So find that article, and it might be, it's on my website someplace. I just don't know exactly where. Okay, but I do have an article that talks about that. If you can't find it, you can feel free to email me and I'll get it to you. Okay, so next we're going to talk about Equifax scoring criteria. They collect utility account information, trade vendor data, public records, like bankruptcies, judgments, lawsuits, and liens, and information from the Small Business Financial Exchange, okay? So they take information from places that you don't even have control of the information that they have, like the Small Business Financial Exchange. Do some research on that, Small Business Financial Exchange, because they get data about you personally, right? Public record stuff. And so some of these business reporting agencies are looking at that data and bringing that data over to your business credit reports. Okay, so that's good information to know about, okay? It might not affect you. You can't do nothing about it. But one thing that if you have negative information on this type of stuff that you don't have any control over, knowing that you can do positive transactions to offset negative transaction is a positive, right? Okay. What can lower a business credit score? Why, that's a good question, Simon. Lyman, I messed that up again. Okay. But anyway, what can lower a business credit score? Credit collections, liens, judgments, bankruptcies, and other derogatory public records, including status, recent frequency, and dollar amounts. Increased trend in slow payment of obligations. Increase the number of business credit inquiries or applications generated by the business or owner. Number of trade experiences, balances outstanding, payment habits, credit utilization, and trends over time. Okay. Line of business, the SIC code, also known as the NOS code, well, they're two different things, but size of business and other demographic data. What can raise the business credit score? Why, that's a good question, Lyman. Generally, the reverse of what can lower a business credit score. Some of these steps can take time. Be patient. Build business credit can be built quickly. So great business credit can be built quickly, but it's not immediate. First, let's start with the biggest things you can do. Raise business credit scores, pay on time every time. Get the most favorable funding by paying all bills on time. This means a payday score of 80, Equifax credit risk score of 60 or better. For Experian, historical behavior, payment history equals 5% of total score. For SBA loans, you won't be approved with a low score, period. Chances are good the SBA lender won't even submit your application to the SBA if your score doesn't meet the threshold. How well does your company pay its outstanding invoices? How has your business's payment performance changed over time? Raise business credit scores, generate payment experiences. Develop payment experiences for your business. This means using your credit for or financing. It means paying everything back on time and in full every single time. Raise business credit scores, unleash the power of trade references. Payment experiences will matter the most if a creditor reports to the credit reporting agency, but even non-reporting creditors can help. If you have a trade reference, okay? Trade references are some of the only subjective information on credit reports. They go beyond the numbers. Give the CRAs what they want. Check your business credit reports regularly. Is information incomplete or missing altogether? Always update your records with all the credit reporting agencies when there are changes. These kinds of changes can be in ownership, overall number of employees, business entity, whether or not you change from a corporation, an LLC, etc., and the locations of your business. The address of your business is important, making sure it all lines up and is correct when you fill out applications. Raise business credit scores. Run your company financially responsibly. This means retaining enough assets to cover business downturns. It means not overspending. It means not taking on more debt than your company can handle. Dun Bradstreet in particular, looks at chances a company will go bankrupt within a set time period. So take steps to keep your business's finances out of the red. Pay rents and utilities on time. If your business can't, talk to your providers. Maybe you can work out a payment plan. Consider ways to cut expenses if you just can't keep up. You can prevent every lawsuit. Okay, so stay out of legal hot water. Okay, stay out of legal hot water. You can't prevent every lawsuit, but if your business always honors its contracts and obligations, that will go a long way to staying out of court. The other legal issue is accidents. Keep workplaces clean and obstruction-free. Get a risk assessment done by your insurer. They're in the business of loss prevention, and you should be too. Okay, loss prevention. Okay, know the codes. Your business has two kinds of codes. The SIC, which is the Standard Industrial Classification, and the NAS code, which is the North American Industry Classification System. That's the one that's used on the, well, at least for Georgia, Secretary of State. Industries can be either restricted or high risk. In general, restricted and high risk industries have some things in common. They may be high risk of injury on the job, or the industry may engage in a lot of cash transactions. This is true no matter what the safety record of a particular business or the majority of its transaction types. Restricted and high risk industries. Per the SIC, these are restricted industries: energy, oil trading, petroleum extraction or production, pawn shops. Much of the cannabis industry is restricted. Per the SIC, the following industries are high risk: auto, recreational vehicles or boat sales. Those are high risk. Travel agencies, okay? These companies are subject to stricter underwriting guidelines. Yeah, you gotta look at that. Okay, be honest when you choose yours, but there's no reason to choose the riskiest code if a less risky one might apply. And keep the name of a high risk or restricted industry out of your business name. Chico's bail bonds can be renamed as Chico's. This is above board and honest. Increase your most recent high credit used. Credit issuers determine how high a credit limit to issue based on how much you spend monthly and how much recently you spent. So get approved for limits more than 10 times of your existing limits just by monitoring and increasing your recent high credit used, okay? And use your credit often so you can get more credit within every approval. So basically what this is doing is when you get your revolving accounts, right, your trade lines, you use them and you pay on time. Then when they see that you have made some payments on time, then you call them back and have them increase your limit, okay? So you want to increase your limits whenever you can. Every creditor has different stipulations on when they will allow you to ask for and approve an increase in your limit. Tame your utilization percentage. Credit issuers want to see you're using your credit, but mainly using it wisely. They monitor these stats and approval decisions. So get approved for limits more than 10 times your existing limits just by monitoring and responsibly managing utilization. Negative payment history can diminish your ability to get loans and credit cards. It can increase the rates and payments on the credit and loans you get. Know which accounts are reporting adverse credit history. Then you can work with CRAs and credit issuers. Correct inaccuracies. Add more positive history to offset the negative, okay? You will never know what's going on unless you check, but you're often too busy to check. Monitoring makes it easy. We make it affordable. Save 90% of what Experian, Equifax, and Dun Bradstreet charge by by talking to your customer success advisor, okay? So that means this, right, on that stuff, is that when you go to these companies, Dun Bradstreet, Experian, Equifax, and you ask them for your credit report, they're gonna charge you about $100 per month to have access to your business credit reports. When you do business with my company, we give you access to your business credit reports for $25 a month, and you have access to all three. Okay, so that's a significant savings. Okay, so here's a recap so we can get out of here. Start with Dun Bradstreet. Get your Dun's number and 3 payment experiences to get a pay debt score. New business credit scores tend to be low. Credit reporting agencies all have slight different criteria for scoring, but results are very close. But what improves one will improve them all. Start to improve your scores with on-time payments and responsible financial stewardship. Work with Tier 1 to start getting payment experiences, ask for trade references, give CRAs all the data they request, keep trade payments in line, and try to stay out of legal entanglements. Address adverse accounts or SIC NOS codes that may be keeping scores down. Increase your most recent high credit used, but watch utilization, and monitor your business credit. You can start now. We offer easy financing to help you build up your business credit, okay? We have 2 packages. We have the core package and we have the business credit builder program. And these are situations that can help you build up your business credit and access funding, right? And we got this other stuff on the right-hand side here. Easy consumer financing, right? So we can finance you on the cost of our core package and the business credit builder program, okay? What you would do if you want to talk to us about helping you build your business credit, what you would do is schedule a free business credit consultation by going to businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. And there goes my information. If you have any questions, put them in the chat box. Lyman got a question. How do you get payment experiences if you do not have any lines of credit? I only have a checking account and do not have any expenses other than software subscriptions. Mr. Lyman, you would need to come to my other webinar. Let's see which one is a good one for you to come to. Let's see. I'm looking online to see what's the next one. Hold on one second. I want to make sure I give you the right answer here. Okay. On June 8th, we're having one that's called How to Get $250,000 in Business Credit for Your EIN Not Linked to Your Social. If you come to that one, I'm going to show you exactly what to do, right? I'm going to show you how to set up your business, apply for your Dun Bradstreet, and how to get your first vendors. That was your question, right? How do I get payment experiences? Right. Okay, so that's your first vendors. I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna tell you the vendors. Okay, so come to that one. Make sure you're scheduled for that one, or you can check out my YouTube videos. Okay, check out my YouTube videos if you don't want to wait for the live one. But in the live joints like this, you can ask questions off the rip, right? When you watch the video, you can't ask questions, right? But you know, so it's best to come to the live joints because I'm like that, right? But you know, you can also get the information from the YouTube, right? Yes, sir. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about, anybody got any more questions? Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about the new stuff that we got going, all right? The new stuff, the gig worker stuff. This is some new stuff. We got a new funding partner, all right? And I'm gonna show you all the stuff right now. Let me see something. We're gonna stop that share, and we're gonna share. this screen. Hold tight. Let's get this right. I'm gonna show y'all what the deal is. Okay, we got the new joint. I'm excited about these new products, especially the gig worker, because a lot of people are under the gig worker situation and cannot access funding. Okay, so now you should see my desktop, right? So this is what I was talking about, the next webinar right there. Okay, so now we're gonna go to my website, right? businesscreditbuilder.us. That's where we're going right now. And then we're gonna click on business loans, right? So you go to business loans. And so we have new funding that is available now, all right? It just is available just now, all right? This is my first announcement, all right? New funding options, gig worker funding, business capital, customer financing, and payment processing, okay? So let me just take you straight to the website, right? So here we go. We offer self-employment funding. We're gonna look at that because this is the key one that's gonna open the doors to a lot of people, right? So how it works, you apply, you get approved, you get funding. It's real simple, it's easy, and it's instant approvals right on the spot, all right? Get funded now, you just click on the button, right? So the simple requirements is you make $3,000 a month. That means you make $750 in a week doing whatever you do, and you get a 1099, right? Breezy online process. So we answer a few questions. We link your bank account. We get you review approval terms, accept the funding offer, then you receive the money. Boom. It's simple and fair. No hard credit inquiries. It's a transparent terms. We're gonna let you know what the terms are. There's no hidden fees or nothing like that. No collateral is required. And then when you pay on time, you get access to more money if you need it, okay? So that's this program here, the small business and gig worker funding is something that's new, all right? So schedule your business credit consultation, and we're gonna talk more about that. We also got access to business capital for your business, okay? So just check out the website, right? And go through all this stuff. Business credit, business capital. We got a line of credit right there, right? So you get your line of credit going, get all this stuff, all this detail, simple information. The information is simple, all right? We also got customer financing that you can offer financing for the services that you provide, okay? Payment processing, you can get credit card processing for your business, all right? Okay, any questions? What will have you get declined? What will have you get you declined? You mean for the gig worker stuff? Oh, not making, let me go back to that page. What are the requirements again? Let's go back over the requirements. The requirements is that you make $3,000 in a month. You have to have three months in business. All right. So those are the two things that are simple requirements. This is simple stuff right here. So a lot of people can qualify for this and get some money. Now, I'm going to be honest. It's the terms that they come with you. That's what you need to look at. We're going to be able to get you some money. It's the terms and whether or not you're willing to accept the terms. That's the question. We can get you the money, but are you willing to accept the terms? That's the key, all right? All right, I'm gonna give you the link, this is the link that I've been telling you all day. business credit builder.us. Business credit builder.us. You go to businesscreditbuilder.us. It's going to take you here. And then you click on business loans. In the next few days, you're going to see some emails. And I'm going to have the links there as well. Okay? So that's where you go. Businesscreditbuilder.us. Click on that business loans. And get you started. That's right. We opened up the game. We're going to be able to fund more people. All right? Anybody else got any questions? If not, schedule your business credit consultation and we'll get busy. I hope we was able to give you all some information. Who else is still here? Cheryl, what's up? Darlene, D, what up? Yeah. All right, everybody. That's going to conclude our presentation for the day. See y'all next week. And just to let y'all know, I can't hear you if you're trying to put on your mic. All right. Cheryl, what's up? Did you have a question? All right, bet. Okay. All right. That's a bet. Everybody, y'all have a good night. Thank y'all. Peace.